All of this weight in the kitchen, I move it like I'm in the gym.
Hi.
Hello. Hi, Felicia.
How are you? How are you doing? Okay, so first question, what is your name?
My name's Hamida.
Okay, what's your Instagram handle?
Move with grace.
Oh, I like it. Okay, so the first actual question, what type of fitness are you into and do you teach?
I do teach, and I'm in all sorts of different fitness. So mostly yoga, that's probably what you know me most by. I teach yoga. I'm not right now, unfortunately. It's been a game of open close years, but I kept my practice at home and a lot of virtual platforms.
Okay. How long have you been into yoga?
Oh, good question. I transitioned. I'm from dancing in my background.
Okay.
After my first daughter was born, 2007.
Ooh, okay, so that's a hot minute. Hold on, let me see if I can turn the volume up a little bit here. Let me get you a little louder. There we go. Nice and tuned up. Okay, and how are you liking yoga? How have you found it's changed since last year? I'm just going to reference COVID because that's when it kind of started. We don't talk political, but it's just the timeline. How has yoga changed for you? Like, have you been teaching online? Have you just been still doing your own thing at home? Like, what's different now?
Yeah, so both. We've switched our platform to online. So I was teaching online. I'm not teaching online right now, but the first shutdown was all virtual. All of our classes turned virtual. Then we went back, and then we shut down again. But I decided to kind of get back into my corporate side. So I'm a bookkeeper, so I do a lot of corporate stuff on the side, and I've been doing that more full time. But the yoga mat's my happy space.
I know, so I love it so much. I know you've been watching me do my thing. You send me little comments, little DMs, and I love it and I appreciate it. And it's like, to get a response from someone like you, I'm just like, I'm flattered by it because I know you teach, like, you've been at this for a while. So that makes me happy. Tell me a little bit about snacks and foods you like. Like, if it's a typical day for you and you're like, I'm hungry right now, I want to snack on blank.
You know, the truth is I make a smoothie. It's just super quick. I throw everything into the blender and I drink because it's like quick. You can take it on the go. The kids like it. It just works for everybody.
What's your favorite flavors in a smoothie?
Strawberry, banana, anything berry is kind of my go-to. If I'm feeling spontaneous, I might do like a spinach or a kale. Or
I love kale, so I can't get my family much to eat it. My Olivia, my middle daughter, she loves kale. Like, we have those super food bags of kale all the time, and with dinner, that's always our go-to. And everyone else is like,
so good, so good.
That's my favorite, and I love it. So that's okay. Next question. What are some of your other hobbies other than like working out, fitness, and training? Like, if you have a Saturday afternoon free, what is something you would like to do?
We love rollerblading and roller skating, actually. Nice. And I just bought a pair. I will have to do a video on that. I just bought a pair of old retro, like mint green roller skates.
With the 4 wheels?
And yes, I forgot how much I loved roller skating. Yeah. That was all I did as a kid. So stay tuned for those videos.
I'm ready. Do the kids like it, or is it hard for them?
They love it. So we're practicing in the basement. I'm just kind of teaching them because it's totally different than rollerblading.
Yeah.
So whole different techniques. So we're just practicing in the basement right now before we can take it outside.
Nice.
To the but yeah,
take it to the streets. Get really intense with it.
I'm scared to go out there. I'll wipe out, but we're gonna practice.
No, I don't mind. I go right out there. My kids are like, we come, and they're not so good at it. So I'm like, maybe we should just go to the park. They're like, okay, and I'll just like go around and like let them play and do my thing. But they're that roller skating or maybe will be better. We could try that, but rollerblading is not their thing. No. Next question. As a trainer, like when you're training a class, what do you feel is your greatest strength like when you're teaching a group?
So for me, it's really just holding that space. no expectations, teaching and kind of breaking things down so it's for all levels. So I give a lot of modifications. It's honestly so open. I make it so it's open for beginner, intermediate, and advanced.
Nice.
So one pose will have like 5 different options.
I understand that so wholeheartedly. Like, I know for me, when I started getting into yoga, like over 10 years ago, and I would go to a class and they would be saying things, and I'm like, because they would speak in like Sanskrit sometimes. And I didn't know what they were saying, but I'd kind of peek around. And then I found when I took my training, I went to Empowered Yoga, like Empowered. She's awesome. Michelle, she was my trainer. Yeah. And she would give so many modifications. I'm like, wow, this is way easier learning it when somebody kind of gives you different options and they break it down like, okay, if you want a little more, do this. If you want a little more, lift your leg high. I'm like, oh, okay, there is options here. So I love that.
Both languages. I love Sanskrit, but you got to throw the English in there because not everybody knows what.
When you're more of like an intermediate or like a more advanced class, you can just do it that way. But like I find even with a lot of beginners, so much easier when you're just like, okay, so we're going to do like this posture, but and then you just explain what you're doing. They love it. Yeah. So that's a huge strength when you're training. What do you find is something that you struggle with when you're training? Like, what's a weakness of yours?
A weakness. I have my nervous days. I have my, insecure moments. If I'm carrying energy from home and there's that, sometimes
bringing the day with you to a class.
So practicing grounding. So really learning to settle my mind, to just get out of like that to-do list and just being more present.
I love it.
Water is really good. Essential oils are really good for me. Sometimes sitting in my car, I'll show up super early and just sit in my car and just listen to my music full blast.
That's amazing.
But
that's the thing though. I see that as a strength more so than a weakness, just because you're aware. Some people don't have the awareness of something that's holding them back and they bring that into the practice and then they're having like such a hard time. Like every posture is hard. And it's like, I love that you can acknowledge that as a weakness, but I think that's a big strength of yours. So hats off for thinking it's a weakness, but it's good.
I stumble on my words sometimes.
Yeah, that's all right. When it comes to fitness, how many days a week do you think is an ideal amount of times to work out? Like, do you think working out 2 days a week is enough? Do you think people should be doing 5-6 days a week? Like, what's a timeline for what you think is a reasonable amount of days in a week to keep your body fit?
So it's very different for everybody. And the types of fitness are different too. So for me, I will do 3 actual workouts, whether that's a yoga or a weight training or a stairs or something. Like I'll do 3 things that I'm plugged in somewhere, but then I also do 2-3 other things with the kids, like playing in the park, doing monkey bar,
that counts,
or rollerblading, or riding our bikes, or just going for a walk. So realistically, I think I do every day. Like for me, I have Sundays I try to take off, but we end up going for walks, or we end up jumping on a trampoline, or we end up.
So good.
So Sundays are rest days, but really and truly, I think I do about 5-6 days. But I tell people at least 3. So if you can get to the gym 3 times a day, if you can get to a yoga 3 times a week. That's kind of my.
Fantastic. Yes, I agree with that completely. And so I feel like me and you kind of have the same sort of lifestyle. So it's like, I get it. You're like, you can work your kids into the workout by like doing outside activities with them. And it makes it like, it doesn't even feel like you're working out. It just feels like you're living, and it keeps your body so much healthier without just worrying about like, okay, I have to press this much weight today. Like, I feel some of the other trainers I talk to, like I talk to a bodybuilder, I talk to somebody that teaches like HIIT specifically. I talk to a few different types of fitness like groups, and some people are like, no, you have to lift at least this much. And I'm like, that's why I like getting the different perspectives to see like how people are staying fit, because you're in great shape. So whatever you're doing is working.
Thank you.
So if it's something as simple as working in like just fun activities, I like to, like, that's the whole point of these interviews. I'm trying to give different perspectives of what fitness looks like to you. because
Yep.
you haven't once said you do weightlifting all the time. You haven't once like pushed the bench or leg press, anything like that. So that's awesome to hear like your version of it. And I love that so much. So yeah. Okay. What's my next question? With how the world kind of is right now and how it's changing, what are your hopes for how fitness will change in like the coming months and years? Like, do you like the online thing, or are you hoping that we can get back into studios and stuff like reasonably soon?
Oh, I'm all about that physical connection and that community.
Yeah.
It's for me personally, it's been a struggle doing online. I mean, it works because I have days where, you know, kids don't really want to leave the house, or we have cold winter, you know, for that it's been nice, but it takes away, for me, it takes away a lot of what yoga is about, which is connection.
Yes.
So having that energy and
I
that
feel that.
space where everybody's breathing together, everybody's moving together, that's everything for me. That's what I love the most.
Yeah.
So I'm really hoping we open up again. I don't know what it's going to look like. I don't believe it's going to be the same, but I'm hoping it's close.
I know. I have like my fingers crossed because I love doing like a group meditation and just like feeling everyone's energy in the room. But like we lost a lot of that, like in the last like 13, 14, however many months it's been. And so that's why I'm wondering like from other trainers, like how, because I have one guy, he's like, I am super good with the Zoom. He loves it because he's getting people working out from their living rooms that weren't typically working out before. And so that is a big thing. But for me, I miss the connection portion too. Because yoga is different than other training. Like it's more everyone kind of growing together. Yeah. And I love it. So I hope it gets back soon, but we'll see. So keep fingers crossed. What's my next question here? Tell me, oh, sorry, I got a message. Ignore that. Where am I going to go with it? What is your favorite time of day to practice? Do you like practicing first thing in the morning, midday, or like in the evening?
Oh, I'm a first thing in the morning kind
like
of thing.
Like a 6 a.m.er?
Not 6 a.m. I mean, when I was taking kids to school, dropping them off, that was the case.
Yeah.
And then I had to come back home, get them ready. But now things are different. So it's like closer to 8. And then I can start my day around 9, 10.
Okay. Yeah. I'm a nighttime workout person. So I found I had to not work out as late because sometimes it'd be like 11. I'm like, okay, I'm done my day. I have time right now. And then I won't sleep till very late because I forget that you get energy from working out.
That's why I do in the morning.
Oh.
Because if I do, I'm up all night.
I'm a lazy morning person though. So it's like, I think about it, but no. Okay. Here's the tricky riddler. Are you ready?
Okay. I'm ready.
Is it pronounced curry chicken or chicken curry?
Curry chicken.
Yes. Okay. Yep. You're with the Jamaicans. Everyone thinks it's a hard question. And I'm like, I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's tense. And I like that. I like that answer a lot. And I think this is why we're like this. So, yeah. So that's basically the base of my interview here. It's nothing hard. I'm like, it's literally like a 15-minute thing. Thank you for taking the time to sit with me. Do you have any questions for me?
No, I just can't wait to move with you.
Yes.
We got to collaborate with something.
I will for sure. I love that. I kind of followed you for a while, so I love that I can actually talk to you about like yoga stuff, and we'll hook up and do something soon. Like as soon as things are permitted, I'm back and I'm ready. Because I know when I finished my training, it was like the end of 2019. And then going into 2020, I had gone on vacation. We went to Toronto. And then when we came back, that was it. I never got a chance to like physically come to your studio. So I'm so ready for that when we can. And I'm hoping it's going to be soon. So yes, I'm ready when we're allowed.
We're waiting. We're counting down the days.
Yes, we are. So yes, thank you again. And I'm going to put your handle below the video. So what was it again? Sorry.
Move with Grace.
Move with Grace. Beautiful. I'm going to tag it in the video, and I will, if people start messaging you questions, don't be shocked. That is something that comes with it, but I just attach it right to the video, and Just answer as much as you can, and hopefully everyone can see these different perspectives of as different ways to kind of get more fit and find what works for them. And I love so much that you do the yoga. So again, I'm your big fan. So just know that. Check out my mala. I got this. I wore this specifically for this interview. Oh my God. I love them. Yes.
Sandalwood, lava, my onyx, my aquamarine, my moonstone, my everything.
I love it. Thank you again. And yeah, that's the interview. Black Phoenix, we're out.
Lure. All of this weight in the kitchen, I move it like I'm in the gym. Big body, gotta take 2 lanes when I pull out the bins. Smoke good, that's a perp that stink when it comes.